Okay, friends, thanks for joining me again here. So today I want to talk about a tip that involves conferring and coaching readers. This is arguably one of the most challenging endeavors of our day. I get it. It feels like a big bucket. It feels like a big bucket for me, and I've been at this for some time too. So I want to take you through sort of three lenses that I think could be helpful to listen with as you're pulling up next to your readers to kind of angle your conference in a way that you feel most productive. I know for myself, when I pull up next to a reader, if I'm listening with these three lenses, it sort of helps streamline my attention, right? And gets me to a path where I'm feeling most productive with the readers that I'm working with. So let's get at it. All right, so the first one I want to talk about is when you're conferring and working with your readers, the most basic one that we all think about is sort of what are the habits or a habits lens of pulling up next to a reader. What am I hearing about their habits? What am I hearing about where I could take them with new habits that they can be most productive in our classes? And it could be anything from things like having a reading plan for the week, or perhaps having an activity or a way that they're going to talk about their book towards the end of a book. Those are habits that I think could make students most productive. They also sort of have some skills embedded in them too. Things like reading with your mind on fire and envisioning the story as it's happening. That feels like a habit. I want to do that all the time. The next one that I think is an important lens to kind of listen with as you're pulling up next to your readers is thinking about the skills, right? Like, what are the skills that keep coming up for readers as I'm sitting there conferring with them or coaching? If I'm listening for skills, the easiest ones that we all know, right? Students are always really good at predicting, right? So if I know predicting is strong, what are the other skills I want to layer in there? And I might want to take them from predicting to inferring, or I want to take them from predicting to retelling. Whatever the jump is in your classroom and your students, listening for skills, both what they have and perhaps what they need, is an important lens to put on as you're listening and coaching your readers. And the third lens that I want to give everybody that has been beneficial for me is to think about identity. This one feels a little bit lofty. When I think about my own reading identity, I am a self-proclaimed sort of self-development, leadership kind of reader. And that helps. I seek those books out. I look for reading plans around those books. That feels like my reading identity. But how do we help children find their identity? Perhaps it is a reading plan. Perhaps it is you're the type of reader who, or readers like you try these types of books. That feels like very productive work to do and a productive lens. So again, just to sort of recap, you can listen as you're pulling up next to these readers and be thinking about, does it sound like this is important to focus on habits with this child, skills, or reading identity? And trust me, if you think with these lenses in mind, it makes a little bit more of a streamlined path. In the next couple of videos, I'll probably layer in some information about what you can do when you're in each of these buckets and things you might focus on. I hope this information was helpful. It was important for me to get it out and sort of document the things that I'm on about right now. So it helps me with my own learning. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.